Vamos lá novamente, né? Ver se tá tudo certinho. Uma coisa que eu preciso ver aqui. Vamos ver o som. Aí tá certo. Vamos lá novamente, né? Ver se tá tudo certinho. O delay tá bom também. Pode fechar aqui. Maravilha. Toque nos barris. Tá, então, pra quem tava aí,
Step aside.
há pouco a gente fez isso, mas esse barril deu bug de novo no mesmo lugar, ó. E a energia caiu aqui. Tive que reiniciar.
This is unreal.
Nesse momento. Apagou a luz.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while eating.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Se ele estiver lá ainda. Ó. Tem uma modificação que eu tenho que fazer aqui. Pertinente. Novamente aqui. Tem que vir para um lado de cá. Senão vocês não enxergam a HUD completa. Acho que é aí.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But your grace,
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
Eita.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sorial. I beg you to forgive me.
You sold to whom?
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my...
Deixa eu só tirar essa parte aqui no chat. Senão ficou doidinho aqui no controle do povo. Vambora, vambora.
For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sorial. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never refuted. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrian aristocrat at court.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astra. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men. The kind that stink of trouble.
Fala que você quer vender de novo.
I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
Só um minuto. Senão vai ficar pesado demais. Aqui é preciso... Não, tá. Deste bate-papo. Pronto, desculpa, gente. É rapidinho um ajuste aqui. Enough!
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight.
Sumir, fica esperto
Captain,
aí.
have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge.
High treason.
What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
Tô pronto.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
É só
We
não
will set out
tirar.
now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Vamos ver se vai dar certo esse plano. Algumas horas depois, eu estiver com os meus elixires prontos para usar caso eles tenham esvaziado a de polvo. Capite.
Relax. Now we wait.
Chega.
Ah, our favorite vintner.
Olé.
It's not him.
Os spikes. Olha, agora sim vamos testar a armadura.
Not good.
Vão matar. Immortal Build. Esse eu acho que é o cara que tava na frente. Pra isso eu queria aquele barril lá por trás, mas é ele mesmo. Eu tenho que dar umas porradas aqui, porque preso eu vou morrer. Aí, é isso que eu precisava. Só falta ele? Não, tem esse cara aqui também. É isso aí.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
É, devia ter sabido que ela
Not
viria
at all
mesmo.
surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This
Fatten
prisoner
the
of yours,
cock. The
bring him to
master's
me.
eyes
We must ask
fatten
him
the
some
cock.
questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
É isso mesmo. Você será isso.
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Filho, eu sou
Who
Batman.
hired you?
Faço medo no cara.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered a man for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Go.
Let's go to town.
Não, pera aí, eu tinha que fazer o loot aí. Chat. Sou burro.
He's late.
Só problema.
Relax,
Sou retardado
I'll
que esqueço de pegar o loot e pegar uma
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Citriano pode ser apenas intermediário. Ele escorregou, vamos aproveitar disso. Ele pode ser apenas
Still
intermediário,
don't
isso é
know this
verdade.
Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Sim.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
É o capitão.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are
É isso
fighting
que
an
nós tá
organization,
falando.
not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Descobriu aqui.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease. A man he met while begging outside the pheasantry.
Pheasantry.
There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian
Né,
accent.
pelo menos isso já tem
What did he
como,
look
né?
like?
Cabelos
Her
pretos.
description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Mandragora. Então, precisamos pegar o cara. Mandrágora.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
De novo essa mulher.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate
Meu
attire.
Deus.
Then meet me in Oatville, in Mount...
Vou ter que achar a roupa. Você podia me dar a roupa.
Just in case.
As roupas que considerar apropriadas para o evento.
Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
Vamos ver o que nós temos aqui. Eu gosto dos livros.
I should double the patrols, just in case.
O que mais temos aqui? Isso é interessante.
Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
Olha quanto cereja. Isso é maravilhoso. Difícil de achar.
I should double the patrols, just in case. Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
Só mais esse cara aqui. Esse aqui eu já vi, né? Não. Vambora. É melhor vir pra cá e atravessar do que pegar essas ruas tortuosas aqui. Eu acho que eu morro se eu pular aqui de cima. Mas não morri.
Repent! Renounce your sins, the beast shall
Vamos lá. Só pra ver se ele tá no mesmo lugar que são 2 missões, 2 amarelos, se ele tá no mesmo amarelo que ele tá sinalizando. Pra baixo ainda.
Should the beast you espy tell the commander, be spry.
Cadê? Provavelmente vai ter uma relevância na história se alguém me identificar de cara. Olha.
Sacre bleu! It's a crime! You're from the north, that's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Não podia pra isso tudo, não. Vou ter que ir direto. Vamos ver o que ele compra. Só tem 700, mas qualquer dinheirinho. Não compra nada. Então sinto muito.
Thanks. Think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
Não tem mais nada pra pegar aqui, não. Podia me dar essas roupas, hein? É, não tem dinheiro pra comprar roupa. Gastei tudo no meu kit. Então vamos exibir, né? Eu gastei, pô. Se alguém falasse, nossa, você tá fora de moda, eu vou falar assim, minha filha, é um set de 6 partes, me dá bônus. Não é não?
Quite the fragrant whiff.
Disperse! The exhibition of the Reginald Dobry monument will remain closed until further notice.
Oh, the Witcher! The one
Oh,
that
the
Conhecendo
Witcher.
summoned.
É, só ver uma coisa aqui.
Beckett came up with something awful this year.
Nice tune.
A mulher tá aqui não? Ah,
Welcome. Herbs freshly picked, dried, powdered. Whatsoever your heart desires.
deixa eu dar uma olhada.
Let me see what you got.
Vamos ver se tem cereja. Ah. Isso é inútil. Isso aqui é valioso, tá? Tem que achar cereja agora. Tudo bem.
So long.
Beckett came up with something awful this year.
Kiss a dope's ass.
Beco do charlatão.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Algum tempo depois. Eu continuo esperando.
Oh, Geralt, Geralt. I knew I should have taken you to the palace, handed you over to my tailor. Whatever are you wearing?
Fia é um set
Sorry,
de 6
didn't have time to
partes.
change.
Luckily, I prepared for just such an eventuality. Here, don this doublet. Its cut is all the rage
Se eu
these
tivesse
days.
comprado. Se eu tivesse gastado todo o meu dinheiro e recurso para tentar comprar um negócio que ela já ia me dar. Por isso que eu não compro roupa.
My, Geralt. Not bad at all. And you've even a mask. Just not
Não é
the
uma
kind
máscara
you
não,
buy.
chama óculos.
They're a little different, the ones Mandragora members wear. I've brought you one. Put it on.
Ai.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
Bem, a gente só vai tentar
How
concluir
do we
essa
find
parte
this
aqui e
Imperium?
sair.
Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an
Boston
extraordinary
Gym
pleasure
Gym.
to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have
I
ample
surmise.
opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaviri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Tá, então temos que achar uma pessoa com cabelo de
Dandelion's
orquídea.
always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Centrian.
Ai, ai, procure. Não é você. Bom vivão. Cidadão rico, mulher nobre. Garçonete. Oh,
Put your own house in order.
você não seguiu pra essa mulher, não?
Please do not disturb.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paint force.
Que?
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you and Mother Art?
Silence.
Cidadão rico. Todo mundo é rico nesse lugar.
Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of
Roteiro
criticism.
da peça teatral.
Pretentious.
Brook Show. Tá.
Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things.
Eu não quero jogar bola de tinta.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Ninguém.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry,
How
Oh,
can
yeah.
you be so sure?
brother dearest. Trust me. He promised me he'd meet with you, and so...
Pode jogar uma bola de tinta na.
Please go.
Tô tentando ir.
Come, let's look in the alcoves.
Aren't they even? Because the right cup seems somewhat higher to me.
Rage. Cecilia never should have performed tonight. We are busy.
O que é isso aí atrás?
We wish to be alone. Please leave. Are you sure it's an original?
Eu não tô achando.
Have you seen the skeleton here taking the bow?
Ah, tá. É bem possível que as coisas sejam apressadas se eu fizer essas side quests.
This is definitely done. Let's go. Your words as it's a metaphor.
It's obvious.
presents transgression in its purest form.
Eu tenho que pegar. Nossa, são 15 bolinhas. Vamos lá expressar meu sortice no jogo.
To vines and to wine!
Tentei, né? Faltam 7. As bobagens.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
Ah, com certeza, a obra de arte boa. Sou um artista. Acabou?
Yes, it's sure to be a
Faltam
masterpiece.
3 ainda.
Please do not disturb.
Descartar.
Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil.
Maravilha.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance.
You look to me.
My regards. My regards.
Que isso?
Must be someone famous at such talent. Deception.
Each I remark.
Não entendendo nada.
Greetings. Greetings.
É.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ah, participar simplesmente fica olhando. Ó, parabéns, que bonitinho. Ah, tem mais lá também.
Ah, how
Oh, meu
beautiful.
Deus.
It's an outrage. Cecilia never should have performed.
The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
She ought to be in one of the alcoves.
Greetings.
Deve ser comida, será?
Hey, tittle, tittle, the cat and the fiddle.
Não tô vendo nada. Vamos pra próxima. com os mímicos.
Come, let's look in the alcove.
Let's look where?
Sure to be in one of the alcoves. It must be
Alcoves. Será que tem algum mandado por aqui? Dá uma foto aqui. Esse negócio não vai ter final, não. Oh.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah, you must.
Você não é Cecília.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move.
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Quem é?
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here, tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur. I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Esse povo que pega a flor errado. Vamos lá. Carta de
Love
amor.
letter penned on a napkin. Look,
Laura, minha amada, meu raio de sol solitário no firmamento da minha vida. Nossa, não, vou ler isso.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my life.
someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
Dandelions.
Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped box.
Sim.
Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume, a gift from the city.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Cheiro é vermelho. Ó. Bom que tá, não tá ventando hoje.
The great one. But he's a dance.
That's to say, the other one. Brother.
Ô, mulher nova, esse perfume tá me confundindo.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
Trust me. He promised me he'd meet with you, and so he will.
Aham. Primeira porta que eu vi.
As I said, only Mandragora artists allowed. Nothing I can do.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize
recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh. Not so loud. We are here incognito.
Então o que me faltou era ela.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Looking for Cecilia Belland. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a...
It must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Onde é?
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Nunca é uma boa ideia. Nunca é uma boa ideia se separar. Só guarda-costas. Vamos ter um assassino na sua, não sabe onde é que tá.
Bloody handprint. It's his. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Must have climbed this ladder.
What ladder? Ah.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Opa.
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard and sank to the floor. Bloodstains.
Tem mais por ali.
Links of a snap chain. Jewel must have been on it. Links of a snap chain.
Não, é o do lado.
Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
Então pode ser ladrãozinho só.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room.
O nosso amigo tá lá.
Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably.
E agora?
Locked. No key in sight.
O que é aqui?
Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
What?
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Ah, tava caçando parte de uma foto.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer.
Igual a gente falou duas vezes.
Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society.
É isso aí, vamos
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Count word gets out he failed in his attempt to steal the jewel.
Discretion is in the interest of us all.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Of course. A primeira sobre o desenho.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children.
Não há demais.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You
Caso
see,
de família.
I recall her always being rather,
Here, that's normal for sisters.
True. I suppose, the wine, its theft was the first clue, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of it. Someone wanted some of my wine.
A fallen princess satisfied? What did your sister do?
Sienna was...
Cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They...
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated.
She was angry. I recall one such situation. We were children. Sienna knew of it. She told... Cedric stole his father's sword and...
Tá, uma história trágica.
Your mission has gained new import. No matter what she did.
Eu cuidarei disso.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a
Esse cara
surprise
é o
visit,
vampiro
so
que tá
I invited
matando
Regis in for a glass of
todo
wine.
mundo por
We've known
causa
each
da
other
busca
for
da mulher que ele está querendo achar que é a mulher dele.
Literally.
Tá querendo achar pra ele parar de matar.
Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Então vamos acabar.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think?
Yes.
Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint. My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk. You crazy bringing Detlef here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the black man...
That's splendid news.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from...
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff.
Acabar com essa parte.
Geralt, you must trust me.
Terminar a
I got
live.
away with...
No, Regis.
Alone? I hope you know what you're doing.
You're back. It took...
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is...
Regis. Gallant. I regret all the more that I shall...
Your Grace.
I thank you for your... You have exceptional friends.
Muito interessante para todos.
Didn't expect the evening.
Neither did I. I've decided my guardsmen will support you. It stands along Captain de la Tour.
Maravilha. Então é isso, a gente fica por aí. Muito obrigado pela companhia. Depois a gente vai desvendar um pouco mais de Witch e fazer mais testes de stream multiplataforma que a gente está fazendo aqui. Por enquanto só no canal do Twitch e do YouTube. Mas obrigado e até a próxima!